In the last few years, there have been a few companies who have come on the scene that really help making the home buying process a lot easier for many people. Companies like Divvy and Home Partners of America essentially will help people by buying a home for them and then renting it out to them until they're able to obtain a loan. In this video, we're going to talk specifically about Divvy and how that program works and how it could benefit you. According to the Divvy website, their mission is making home ownership accessible to everyone. As many people know, in this market, it can be very hard, very challenging to buy a home and compete with so many people who are trying to buy a home. Many times in Metro Atlanta, there can be 10 to 20, maybe even 30 offers on a single home. So having an advantage with a company like Divvy can really help out a lot of people. There are many reasons why Divvy could be helpful for you if you're trying to obtain a mortgage and you're not quite able to be qualified to get a mortgage yet. You can use Divvy to help with that process. Another one is for people who are self-employed. For many lenders, someone who's self-employed needs at least 2 years of job experience in that self-employment field in order to qualify for a mortgage. With Divvy, you can kind of skip that process or move ahead a little bit quicker. And then also people who are wanting to try before you buy. So maybe you are from out of state and you're wanting to see what an area is like or rent for a little while before you purchase. Again, Divvy can be helpful for that situation as well. Essentially, what this company does is when you partner with them, they will buy a home for you with cash, which is a big advantage over many other buyers who are purchasing with a mortgage. And then in turn, you will rent from this company, Divvy, until you're ready to purchase the home from them. It's like a rent-to-own program that many people are looking for and is very rare to find here in Metro Atlanta, but with a company like Divvy is very possible. So say you're wanting to buy a home, but you don't quite have that down payment yet, you can use Divvy to buy the home for you. And when you do have the down payment, you would buy the home from Divvy. Or if your credit score is not quite good enough to qualify for a mortgage, again, Divvy will buy the home for you. And then when your credit score improves and you are able to be qualified for a mortgage, you can buy the company from Divvy. Or if you're coming from out of state and you're wanting to try a home or try an area, there are some minimum qualifications to be able to use this company. A credit score of at least 550, also at least $2,500 a month in income, job history of at least 3 months, and at least $2,000 in the bank for proof of funds. So how does it work? What's the first step? Well, the first thing you want to do is go to the website and apply on the website. When you click on the apply button, they're going to ask you a few questions about your personal financial situation. They're going to try to make sure that you can qualify for this program. And then once you do qualify, they'll give you a dollar amount, like a budget. Once you do have that budget, you can begin your home search with a real estate agent. And the home search from there looks very similar to a traditional home search or home buying process. Almost all homes that are on the market are eligible for the Divvy program. There are, of course, a few that aren't eligible. For example, Divvy doesn't work with mobile homes. Also, if the home is like a fixer-upper with maybe foundation problems or mold problems, that's another one that Divvy does not want to work with. And then, of course, because you will be renting the home from Divvy for a certain amount of time, the HOA that the home is in has to allow for rentals. And typically the way that that works is the HOA has some kind of rules for the amount of homes in the neighborhood that can be rented. Typically it's a percentage. So if there's 100 homes in the community or in the neighborhood and the HOA has a 25% limit, no more than 25 homes in the neighborhood can be rented out. If you're looking at a home and you're wanting to use the Divvy program and that neighborhood already meets that cap of 25%, then you wouldn't be able to buy that home. But if the home is in a neighborhood that doesn't have a neighborhood rental cap or hasn't reached that cap yet, then that home would still qualify for the Divvy program. Okay, so let's say that you find the home that you want, you make an offer on it, it's a cash offer. Of course, it beats out all of the other offers because many of them are conventional loans, and your offer gets accepted. Now what happens? Well, when you go to the closing table for this home, Divvy will be the buyer of the home, and at that same time, Divvy will have a lease for you, and you will sign a rental lease agreement with that company, Divvy. It will include many details like how much you're paying per month for renting the home from them, and then also how much it will cost to buy the home from them in the future. So you move in, you have a lease agreement with Divvy, and now you're paying rent towards this company. About 80% of that is going to pay for the rental portion of the home, and about 20% of it is going to save up for a down payment to purchase the home in the future. And that's one of the things that makes this company so unique, so special, is that they are building in the rental lease per month, they are building in the down payment for the home in the future. If your credit score at the beginning of this process is above 600, they are going to want a 5% down payment for the home. If it's below 600, they're going to want a 10% down payment. And again, every month that you pay is building up to save for that down payment in the future. Typically with Divvy, they have a maximum of 3 years to rent, but you can buy back the home from them at any point during that 3 years. Another big benefit of working with them is that while you are living in the home, they are going to take care of any kind of major repairs for the home or HOA fees, also property taxes. Divvy is going to take care of these things while you're renting. And then of course you can make the home your own while you're still renting from them. Anything that you do to the home is totally up to you. You want to change the paint color on the walls or change the flooring or make any upgrades to the home, you can absolutely do that while you're renting from Divvy. Just keep in mind that if you do make any major changes like that, Divvy is not going to reimburse you if you decide to not buy the home from them. And while you're renting from Divvy, really the ultimate goal is to be able to get qualified for a mortgage. Or if you're just trying before you buy, you're really just trying to decide if that's the home that you want to buy in the long run. Once you are ready to purchase the home, or once you are qualified to get a mortgage, you will essentially show Divvy your qualification to get a mortgage, and they will begin the home buying process. Again, all of the numbers and all of the purchase price and all of those things will be set in stone before you start renting from Divvy. It's going to be part of the lease. It's going to be part of the rent-to-own agreement that you have with Divvy before you start renting with them. So when you are ready to purchase the home, all of those numbers will already be there, and you'll know essentially what the goals are for down payment and for purchase price before you decide to purchase the home. So let's talk about what happens if you decide not to buy the home. Well, Divvy is going to reimburse you that 20% that you have been saving up for the down payment. They're going to reimburse you most of that. There is some fee that they're going to charge you for relisting the home, but the majority of that amount that you've been saving up for the down payment, they're going to reimburse you if you decide to not purchase the home. Using a company like this can be super helpful for many people who aren't quite ready to purchase a home. If, however, you are ready to purchase a home and you do want to get in that competition with all of the multiple offer situations, make sure you watch this video so that you can figure out how to get an advantage.